97.3 Citi FM. Relevant radio, always.
Hello and welcome to another edition of Business Weekly, where we bring you all the top stories that made headlines in the world of business for this week. My name is Vivian Kai Lokko. In today's edition, we'll tell you what the Finance Minister Citi FM is saying about the economy, and also some troubling news from the Ashanti region, specifically at Obuasi, where the communications specialist of Anglo Gold Ashanti was killed by some illegal miners over there. And to our very first story, and Finance Minister Citi FM says the economy has made a turnaround. Now, I'm sure you're well aware that Ghana's economy has been facing some challenges for about 2 years now. Inflation has hit double digits, growth has slowed down, the currency has suffered some level of depreciation, among others. Now, Ghana's challenges forced it to go to the IMF last year. Now, the 3-year program is supposed to help the country get back or out of the woods. But this week, the finance minister said there's been a turnaround. Now, using some 7 indicators, including inflation, growth, among others, he said the economy has made some tremendous gains, and in the medium term, it's going to look brighter. But just a day after Citi FM made the announcement, inflation, which was at 17.7% at the end of December last year, hit 19%. Now, the hike, according to the Ghana Statistical Service, is due to the recent increase in utility tariffs, as well as the increase in some taxes. And let's move on to some other stories, and specifically to the mining industry, where some troubling news in the Ashanti region, specifically in Obuasi, where the communications specialist for Anglo Gold Ashanti was killed over the weekend by illegal miners. Now, tension has been brewing in that area for some time now, leading to officials of that company to get the police as well as the military to guard over that area. But over the weekend, the illegal miners attacked some staff of the company after they invaded the Obuasi concession. My colleague Norvan Aqua Hayford has been covering that story. He'll help us to understand the latest development and what is happening there. Now, we are told the company has announced it's likely to shut down operations if the situation continues. Can you tell us a little bit more about that situation? Yeah,
that is basically because the company at the moment is just rendering essential service, and they are saying that if the military or the police do not come back to protect the concession, they will have no other choice than to shut down. We understand that the illegal miners at the moment have also invaded parts of the underground concession of the company. Lives and properties are at risk. In fact, yesterday when we spoke to the Artisan and Small Scale Miners Association, the General Secretary Rufus Boy indicated that they are very sorry for the clashes which led to the death of John Owusu, but what they want now is to sit with Anglo Gold Ashanti and negotiate so they could see if some part of the concession could be ceded to them. But the company has also indicated clearly that the laws that govern mining in this country does not allow them to be able to cede off any part of their concession to any other person. So that would be very difficult for them to do that. The police also, who initially sent the regional police command that initially sent some men, a SWAT team plus some water cannons to the police, we understand as of yesterday have withdrawn partially 5 out of the 13 men they took there, and the water cannons has also been taken away. We are yet to speak to the police to find out why they have done that.
And may the soul of John Owusu rest in peace. And let's go to the aviation industry, where the rift between the Ghana Airport Company Limited as well as the Ghana Meteorological Agency has started. Now, these two have been in that rift for some time now over issues to do with cash. Now, the development last week or over the weekend led to a couple of airlines failing to take off because the agency refused to provide services for them. My colleague Pius Emia Eduku has been covering that story. He joins me now to give us some insight into the development. Now, of the airlines who decided not to take off because they didn't have access to information from the Met agency, have they begun operations now?
Well, what we understand is that some of them actually took off on Friday and Saturday, despite the fact that the Ghana Meteorological Agency could not provide the update on the weather. This issue, we can trace it up to 2007, when there was a separation between the functions of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority and the Ghana Airport Company Limited. Per the separation, Ghana Civil Aviation Authority is supposed to pay 40% of the landing fee to the Ghana Meteorological Agency. Also, the Ghana Airport Company has to pay the remaining 60%. But what we have gathered, or what we understand, is that over the years, or since 2007, the Ghana Airport Company has failed to make payments of about $2 million. But GCAA has over the years been complying with its payment. What happened over the weekend, we are told, was that on Friday and Saturday, the Ghana Meteorological Agency could not get access to the observatory site where they go and monitor the weather and give update to the various airlines operating in the country. So on Sunday, the executive director of the GCAA contacted the Ghana Airport Company for temporary licenses to be given to officials of the Ghana Meteorological Agency to assess the observatory site and provide information for the flight to take off on Saturday, on Sunday and on Monday. As it stands now, the Chief Operations Officer of the Airport Division of the Ghana Meteorological Agency, Joe Tetepotofi, tells us that with the temporary licenses, it may be revoked anytime soon because they are not assured of the length of stay. Some repercussions that we are likely to have is that Kotoka International Airport may lose its international status if the situation persists. Secondly, we know that some exporters of fresh fruit also risk losing out because they may not be able to get access to flight to take their product as quickly as possible.
Thank you very much, Pius Emia Eduku. And let's go to a final story in the banking industry where the managing director as well as CEO of Zenith Bank Ghana, Daniel Asiedu, is retiring from the bank. It's unclear who will take up that position, but Citi Business News can confirm that Daniel Asiedu will not be going back to the banking industry, but rather to full-time ministry as a pastor. Now, Daniel Asiedu has been with the bank for about 10 years. He was elevated to the position of MD of the bank in 2010. He got his education, his first degree as a mechanical engineer from the University of Ibadan in Nigeria. Now, he's clocked a lot of awards during his tenure as the MD of the bank. Citi Business News Weekly wishes Daniel Asiedu all the best in his next endeavor. And that's it for this edition of Business Weekly on Citi TV with me, Vivian Kai Lokko. Thank you very much for joining me, and join me next week as we bring you the big stories in the world of business. Bye.